Hey, Dr. Karen Can here. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. So, October 10th, besides being my amazing baby sister's birthday, is some sort of astrological portal. Now, I am not an astrologer. I don't know a lot about astrology, but I can tell you there were some major shifts going on. When I asked Source, like, what does this give us? This 1010 portal, why is it important? This year I got it's all about choice, exercising our choice. Interesting. I know other people have said other things, and yeah, I think it's whatever resonates with you. I know some people were maybe temporarily symptomatic, uh, throughout that day, Sunday. Things came up that needed resolution. So maybe that's the universe's way of helping us exercise choice. And as I look on the internet and on social media, there are a lot of people out there that are exercising their choice to be sovereign, to be free. Um, I know, there are folks that have these T-shirts that say "My body, my choice," and I never really paid attention too much to that, and I know it's a slogan, but now I'm realizing, whoa, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And there's I think there are forces out there that wish to divide us and, picky details. And I think even sometimes purposefully put out disinformation so that we share it. Why is that? So we can, or they can, gauge our response or our reaction. It's a wonderful test to see how many people are going to be okay with a rollout of a specific kind of mandate or rule. If they got too much pushback, then they're like, okay, well, not time, not time. So I think what's happened over a long period of time, just way beyond the last couple of years, is that there's little bits of conditioning that's been going on. And a lot of it we aren't really that aware of. It's kind of under the radar. Now, because I am a superhero fan, I really like action movies and things like that. I've been paying more attention to these movies and these shows. And what's fascinating are the themes. The themes, even though the show might have been like 10 years old or 5 years old or 20 years old or even 25 years old, those themes are really ringing true today. Things that I never even thought, like, beyond, oh, it's a fun movie. There's a lot of movies that my husband and I like to watch, and he likes watching old 80s movies. And he said even the 80s movies he's been watching, there are these themes, these conditioning themes to get us used to certain things, to get us to feel certain ways about things or people or aliens, for example. So we're conditioned to be afraid of aliens as opposed to seeing the grand majority of aliens as our brethren, as our brothers and sisters, as our allies. So I think that's very interesting. Um, what did I watch recently? I watched Bikram. So Bikram yoga, and I know I was invited to do Bikram yoga a while back. And although I like the idea of just 26 postures I need to remember, and I actually like the idea of being in a hot room because I kind of like hot. I like heat in that context, because it makes the fascia and the muscles very soft and pliable, and not so much on the smelly part, being in a hot room with people, maybe not that part, but I felt like it was very young and masculine, and I had already so much masculine energy running through me. Business is very masculine. So I thought, you know what, if I'm going to do some sort of extracurricular activity beyond, figure skating and CrossFit and Kung Fu and, Pilates and all that kind of stuff, I should probably pick something a little bit more feminine, like, burlesque dancing. We have a burlesque teacher here in town, or, Bollywood, or maybe yin yoga, or something that's not quite as yang or masculine. Little did I know that the so-called founder of Bikram Yoga, had a very, very dark part or aspect of him. So the movie talks about that. But what's really interesting is that despite this clearly, dark person doing very not so great things and lying a lot, people still flock to his teacher training workshops. And because it's the only way you can be certified in that modality, if you will. And come to find out, he actually stole these 26 postures from his guru, who didn't bother publishing it. I think another student of his finally published it, but he, Bikram took it as his own and said he invented it and all these things. So there's a lot of things about misdirection and lying and really being very charismatic, and being like a god, in that community, and people treating him like a god, and how even despite the amount of evidence there is that this is not a good guy, people still treat him as a god, and keep putting other young women at risk by having them go to his teacher trainings. So I think this is really interesting, and also reflective of the greater community. I mean, maybe you would say, well, I would never do that. But the thing is, there are things happening today in our world that people you think wouldn't do, but they are doing. Yeah, so it's an interesting movie, and there's a lot of other movies like that. So check it out if you're interested in that. It was very very eye-opening, especially about the whole reflections of what's going on in the world right now. Okay, so now that we're past that 1010 portal, let's get to some great news. One of the great pieces of news is that the healing process seems to be just, getting faster and faster and faster. And when you can take advantage of this natural speeding up, part of the ascension process, if you will, that natural speeding up, things can happen even faster for you. And then you're not kind of dragged down or behind with old stuff anymore. And one of the protocols that I introduced to my Topicana healing students this month, I call the FLIP protocol. It's actually a rapid transmutation protocol. I get the two mixed up. Rapid transmutation protocol, where transmutation in this case, it means literally flipping the energy from a negative to its polar opposite. So from the negative to the polar opposite. Now, just a number of weeks ago, okay, we were able to find that there was what we call seed emotions that can be fractally growing, if you will, in multiple lifetimes, where if you find a negative seed emotion and you transmute or flip it to the polar opposite, that you can have some pretty amazing results. Now, interestingly, with Topican healing, normally we see things really, really quickly. It's like, oh, the person feels better right away. And with the seed emotion, which I call the 5 elements emotional transmutation process, with that process, it's a little longer. It sometimes can take hours or even days to really notice the shift. So the people do not necessarily feel it right away, but in some ways it does make sense because we're often flipping hundreds of things over multiple lifetimes. But it was just a little surprising how much slower it was than what we were used to as practitioners and self-healers. This particular rapid flip protocol is rapid because you can do multiple emotions at the same time. And probably 8 weeks ago you couldn't, but now we can. So how we do it in Topican Heal, I kind of summarize it here because the training is like half an hour long. But anyway, so what we do is we use divine muscle testing and we check in to see how many, very key question in Topican Healing, how many negative or non-supportive seed emotions there are that can be at this moment in time flipped for ourselves to the polar opposite. we catalog that. And then we catalog how many non-seed emotions can we flip. Sometimes we also catalog how many attached emotions there are to the seed emotions, because oftentimes they're kind of tangled in a web like branches in a weed, a vine. So we check that emotionally. And then what's really cool is now we can check and see how many negative beliefs, including negative core beliefs, we have that can be flipped. Wouldn't that be really cool? Like, I'm not important. I am important. I am important. I am wealthy. I mean, all these beliefs that really can hamper people in their growth and happiness and joy and prosperity. So we can flip these beliefs to its polar opposite, as well as other mental energies, such as negative thought forms, projected negative thought forms, inherited negative thought forms. It may not be a belief per se, but they're floating in the energy field. And then beyond that, there are other energies, the energetics, if you will, that you can flip to its polar opposite. There are dimensional energies that may be beneficial if you flip them to the polar opposite. And then there are subconscious patterns and habits. You can check in how many of those you can flip to its polar opposite. So if you have an addictive tendency or workaholic tendency or whatever is not serving you in this moment, it may be possible to flip those to its polar opposite. Now, this is fairly new. So I know of a handful of people who know how to do it now. And for me, I find that it's really, really fast. And if I do this flip protocol for myself every day, it's like it's hard to explain, but it's like the day goes even better than expected. It's like the synchronicities, just life in general, and you'll have to try it and let us know what it feels like. In addition to being able to flip all these different things for yourself, you can actually check in to see how many you can flip for all of your alternate timelines simultaneously. Then you can check in to see how many you can flip for someone that you're responsible for helping, in this or any other timeline. So we call those soul destiny partners and alternate lives soul destiny partners. So you can check in how many of those can you flip on their behalf. Because if you're supposed to help them, your energy will run to help them anyway. So if you can do it faster, why not, right? So there are other things that you can ask to flip if it's your role to do and your mission and you're allowed to do it. For example, from time to time, I get that I am allowed to flip negative emotions for all of humanity. I'm also allowed from time to time to flip some negative energetics and thought forms and beliefs and emotions for entities and hidden entities. That's not very common that people need to do that, but it's one of those things that I get to do. You can also flip for certain family members, maybe people that you that are close to you. Sometimes you don't get permission to do it because they haven't given you overt permission to do it. Can't hurt to ask, right? So I want you to try this. What we're going to do today for the Topican healing activation is I'm going to run through for this body and timeline where you are here, listening and watching this video, to go ahead and do that flip protocol for you. So all you need to do is, first of all, just make an intention to receive, right? So you overtly say, yes, I would like to receive this activation. And then just, as you listen to my voice, see if you can notice the energy and feeling inside your body. What does your body feel like as we're doing the healing process? And just note that it may take hours and or days, not that long, to fully process what what we do today for this flip protocol. And I would love for you to post in the comments near this video what your body felt like before and after. Did you notice a shift right away? Maybe you don't. Maybe you can come back a couple of days and tell us what happened in your life. What I notice is if we can flip these emotions and other things to its polar opposite, where, when allowed, where it's appropriate, that just, it's like the circumstances of your life can really change, and your attitude and your ability to be abundant can change very quickly as well. So let's go ahead and do it. If you're in a place where it's safe to close your eyes, you can do that. Go ahead and focus on the inside of your body, feel any energy or movement running in the body, and then just follow it while you listen to my voice. Here we go. I now command that all seed and non-seed emotions and all attached energies and emotions be flipped, transmuted to its polar opposite in the highest and best way, all directions of time with ease, speed, and grace. I now command that all negative beliefs, including hidden negative beliefs, core beliefs, thought forms that are negative, projected thought forms, inherited thought forms, be flipped to its polar opposite in the highest and best way, all directions of time with ease and grace. I now command that all negative, non-supportive, subconscious patterns and habits be flipped to its polar opposite in the highest and best way, all directions of time with ease and grace. I now command that all dimensional energies that are negative and non-supportive be flipped to its polar opposite in the highest and best way, all directions of time with ease, speed, and grace. Now command that any other negative energies that we have not spoke about previously that can be flipped and transmuted be flipped and transmuted now in the highest and best way, all directions of time, with ease, speed, and grace. For this and all their blessings, we give our thanks and gratitude, so be it. Okay, so we'll let that process. You can open your eyes. Your eyes are closed. Go ahead and post in the comments what that feels like in the body. If you notice a shift, even after a couple of days, please do come back to this video and just play this part of the video to do these rapid transformations for yourself. And of course, if you'd like to know how to do this in more detail, think about joining the Topocan Level 1 training program. And I'll put that link below so you can check that out. Fun. Really fun. In fact, I have the best results when I do this twice a day for myself, morning and night. And oftentimes at night, I'm doing a more detailed one right before going to sleep. I'm actually doing this for my family, for people in what I call the healing basket. Those are some of my VIP clients and my young people that I coach and take care of, as well as my family members and friends that are close to me that I've gotten permission. The healing basket is getting a little big these days, but it's all good. And I'll do it for the entities and soul destiny partners, Mother Earth, if appropriate, all of humanity. So if you feel called to do those, and light being star seeds, of course, that's the most common that I do work on. And the nice thing with the light being star seeds is that even though they're embodied light beings right now, they heal really, really fast. And if one heals, it tends to spread to all the other light being star seeds, which is super efficient, super exciting. It'd be really nice if all the soul types could do that. Maybe in the future they will. Okay, so some announcements for this week. Light Warrior Radio on Monday. This is going to be exciting. Monday the 18th, we have Lori Husinger. I know how to pronounce her name now. Lori Husinger, the author of The Toggle Effect on, and this is going to be perfect because she's going to be talking about her cognitive polar therapy, polarity therapy. There we go. Cognitive polarity therapy. There we go. I keep wanting to call it polar transformation. Cognitive polarity therapy, CPT for short. And it involves something really, like her book really inspired the Rapid Transformation Protocol and the 5 Elements Emotional Transformation Protocol. And you're going to find yet another way where you can flip negative emotions to their positive, and hint, hint, through the pineal gland. And it can even help physical pain. Yes, so you definitely want to be on that show on Monday at 12 noon Eastern. We'll put the link near this video. You can call in live, tell her what's going on. And it's going to be a super show, so definitely don't miss that. And if you have to miss it live, well, you can listen to the replay. So we'll put that link near this video. Also, some new stuff. I am looking for 3 health conscious, spiritually aligned light warriors who are interested in improving their own health as well as the health of other people without the use of pills, potions, needles, or scalpels. I have a 12-week program, a 12-week light medicine program, where we, through frequency, through energy, through velocity, we help to dissolve blocks to abundance and help you amplify your ability to automatically attract what it is you want. And the value of this 12-week program, including the products that you receive with it, is about $5,000. The investment at this point is about $1,500 US. So if you would like to be interviewed for these 3 positions, you can just email my support team at support@karencan.com. Just let them know, hey, I'm interested in interviewing for the business partnership with Dr. Karen, and we'll contact you. We'll set up an appointment and just see if you're a right fit for my team. Yes, my team. So some cool stuff. Now that at least in the Northern Hemisphere, things are getting cooler, one of the amazing things that I find is that there are tools that you can use to stay healthy. A lot of people get flu bugs, with the change of season from summer to fall to winter, etc. And it's really great to have tools that you can use that are very, very simple and very easy to help support your immune system, to help support your general well-being and health. So I want to outline 2 today, which I feel are really important for various other reasons and that I cannot necessarily mention on video. So I'm just going to show them to you. So this one is called the X39 Phototherapy Patch, and this patch actually helps you build healthier, younger stem cells. The stem cells help to repair areas of your body that may be broken down and help you reverse the process of aging. This also helps elevate your glutathione levels, and that is very important to support your immune system and detoxification. And speaking of glutathione, I'm also recommending the Glutathione Phototherapy patches. Now, these work without any drugs or chemicals entering your body. In fact, you can even wear them on clothing and they still work. The one thing you need to do, though, is hydrate well during the day, because when you have hydration, energy flows, and these work even better. Glutathione patches help to elevate glutathione, which is your master antioxidant that actually helps you get rid of heavy metals, other types of toxins, and helps support your immune system. When I started the glutathione patches many years ago, I had hundreds of zits on my face and probably thousands of little lumps and bumps all over my skin, my arms, my legs. It was kind of embarrassing. My ex-husband used to call me Sandpaper Woman. He was a funny guy. And I was fairly embarrassed, about my skin. So I would wear a ton of Maybelline, Revlon, anything I could get my hands on that wasn't going to cause more zits to cover it up. And they were tiny. So, on camera and on photos, you couldn't really tell, but I had a lot of layers of foundation on. And within about 3 weeks of using the glutathione patches, my skin got a lot smoother. And I was like, whoa, this is different, because I'd never felt that before. And then about 3 months later, all the zits were gone. The roughness of the arms and legs were practically gone. In fact, a lot of the times I still go like this and I'm like, ooh, baby soft skin. Because I never had that feeling growing up, even as a child, age 7, 11, 12, 14. I had skin issues almost my whole life. I understand now it's probably because I got a urinary tract infection at age 3 and I had all these antibiotics, and then I went on birth control pills and steroids and asthma. But anyway, lots of stuff. So it wasn't the best thing. And I really messed up some of the systems. But the glutathione, that is very protective. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. It's very protective. So I would definitely look into it. And I will post the link to my replicated site to the phototherapy patches because I love these patches so much. Changed my life. I mean, so I have so many stories, but the skin one's just one of them. And what your skin looks like on the outside reflects what's going on the inside of you. Yes, so if your organs are not happy, your skin's not happy either. So if you see anything going on in the skin, like I did, it means your organs are not happy. So now my skin is so much better, like the best it's been since H2, and the bumps are gone. I rarely have zits. I don't really have much in the way of wrinkles. So my skin is constantly replenishing itself and renewing itself between the X39, the stem cell patch, and glutathione. We have other patches as well, but those are the two that I recommend definitely in the fall months. The glutathione, I would say if you're using X39 every day for 12 hours, I would use the glutathione maybe 3 times a week. You probably don't need more than that unless you have a lot of detoxing to do, or you're very immune compromised or whatever. But you would start there, X39 every day. Very simple to use. Just use the points in the brochure. Drink lots of water. It's very simple and very powerful. So, like I said, I'm going to put my link below here so you can check it out, and you can actually get it wholesale as well, either as a business partner. We talked about that earlier, being a business partner, or being a preferred customer. So same price that I get it for, and the information's on the website, so I'll just put it there. So I did want to share that. We have some upcoming events. So Monday, October 25th, 4 p.m. Eastern, I will be interviewed by Darius on UWealth Revolution about the 5 healing types. And if you've ever wondered, why is it that I don't heal as fast as other people, or my stuff is really complicated, or how come no doctor can ever figure out what's going on with me? You definitely need to listen to this interview. We're also going to be doing a God Team Source Team upgrade as a group experience, if you will. And time permitting, I would love to do a Topican healing, attunement, and amplification. A lot of people have been already attuned to Topican healing, but we're actually going to be doing a Topican healing, attunement, and amplification, which is a way in evolving those high frequency energies. Yeah, so you can use Topican healing in a more effective and efficient way. So that's Monday, October 25th. And then at the end of the week on, let me look, October 30th, Saturday, October 30th, 11 a.m. Eastern, I will have a 3-hour workshop. It's called Access Your Spiritual Gifts. We'll be talking about your clairs, your clairsentience, clairvoyance, clairaudience. How do you know which one's your dominant? Also about the different soul types, what they're like, what their personalities are like. And what I'll actually do as well is I'm going to post a link to a little quiz that I just made recently. And it's, kind of a rough way of figuring out what soul type you are. In case you don't divine muscle test, in case you don't know Topican healing method to figure out what your soul type is, this will give you a rough idea. Now, if you have multiple souls, you could be more than one, but the way the quiz is set up, it's very, very simple. So whatever you answer, it'll give you your dominant one, or the one that's, forward facing at this time. Let's put it this way. So I'd love your feedback on the quiz as well. I had so much fun making it. And I'm excited for you to share it with other people. So yeah, share it on Facebook and Instagram, wherever. Wherever, go ahead and share that sensitive soul quiz. And a little sneak peek announcement here. It's been hard to contain this exciting news. So I'm going to finally tell you. Yes, I've been keeping it secret for like 3 weeks. I, over the last 10 years, have been eyeing and desiring to be part of the Shift Network. I'm on their mailing list. They do some amazing work, have amazing contacts. And I, over the years, I was like, wow, I'd love to be interviewed by the Shift Network. And 4 days after, sorry, one day after the Amplify Your Impact retreat that I did with my mentor, Marcus Bird, I got 2 emails on the same day inviting me to speak at the Shift Network. Yeah, like, woo! Okay, can you tell I'm excited? So that's going to be coming up in November. So we will have special links for you. So I'm not going to put this down just yet, but definitely get on my mailing list at KarenKan.com, and we will share those special links with you to those free events. And like I said, I'm just super, super, super excited. I have other exciting news, but I just can't give you too much yet. So that one, the next news will have to wait because that one's coming up in December, a couple coming up in December. So thanks so much for joining me this week. I hope you enjoyed the flip protocol. Please, again, comment below if you find this helpful. Please like and share, and definitely subscribe to my channel wherever you are seeing this. And remember to do the sensitive soul quiz and share that too. All right, until next time, bye for now.